Epic Games is currently giving away Tiny Tina's Wonderlands as a free game, so I thought, well, that is supposed to be one of the better Borderlands games in the recent years, so why not test it out on Linux? And that's what we're doing right now. Unlike the other times when I made a video, this time I have a car in the background, and it's a beautiful car. One of the most beautiful BMWs you can find. But anyway, not only the wallpaper changed, also my hardware. Right now I have an AMD Ryzen 7800X3D, and this ominous AMD Radeon graphics is a 9070 XT. So I've up/side graded a little bit. Anyway, so since this game is available on Epic, I used the Heroic launcher. I already tried it out because I had problems with Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I wanted to show because I was reminded of it recently in a podcast and I thought, hey, that's a good game, why not try it? So I just installed this. I'm using GE Proton latest, which should be 10.3. As I said, I already tested it, but only if it runs, and that's it. So I ran the benchmark and that's it. I haven't configured anything. I haven't even looked at the numbers. I just know that it works. One thing that is causing problems for me is game mode, but maybe that might be because I do not have it installed properly. I'm not sure. Command line and DNF says it's installed, so. When I started this game for the first time, I had to confirm 4 different EULAs and terms of services, and then there was also something regarding co-op, internet, lobby and all that stuff, which is not of interest to me. I'm only playing by myself. Yeah, probably the social crap. Anyway, just for fun, let me show you the current settings. Let's disable vertical sync. So everything's on ultra, as far right as I can go. I even have motion blur on. I want to check how bad it is or if it's actually usable. FSR, I don't think we'll need that. You can already see by the frame rate. So above 130 FPS. And so where's the benchmark? There's the benchmark. Oh, that was the last run. Almost 144. Okay. Anyway, if I don't forget, maybe I will compare it with Windows when I'm editing, because I do my editing on Windows with DaVinci Resolve. I'm not yet really happy with Kdenlive. Typical Unreal fashion, all the textures load after time. If the benchmark is anything to go by, this will be quite a silly game. I haven't really read any of the explanations.
You've just drawn your own face over the character sheet?
It said draw your hero, and I'm my own hero.
Okay. And Fret, it says your starter sword does murder 1,000 damage?
My bad, I left off a 0.
Okay, no plan! Fred and Valentine can't be trusted with pencils, let alone dice. So it is up to you, newbie. You are the Fate Maker. And these fools shall be thine advisors, I guess.
Fine. I advise that you better be a badass. We're here to slay evil and get gold.
I know you see me as a role model. Follow my lead and you'll be a great Fate Maker.
All right, one last thing. Bunkers and Badasses is a role-playing game, baby. That means you do not break character voice. Kapiski? Break me off a piece of that.
I'm looking to find some coin. If I happen to save the world while I'm at it, so be it.
Tasty. Now, prepare to enter a world of fantasy.
I don't see anything.
You gotta imagine it, knucklehead.
Just close your eyes and wonder. You have arrived in the Snoring Valley, an unassuming and peaceful corner of the Queen that harbors a dark secret. Dun, dun, dun. You journeyed far to be here, heeding the call of the Queen herself.
The Queen herself! What could she want of us?
She fears the Dragon Lord will soon reawaken. You must find his tomb and prevent his resurrection.
What I'm hearing is, we get to whoop his ass.
Here's a little cheat sheet to track your health and map and stuff up.
Well, that is Borderlands for you. Opening containers, looting stuff. But I immediately noticed the motion blur is way too much for me. That is a lot of blur. So that's the first option that's gonna go. Motion blur off. Object. Okay, maybe. Let's see how that does. Or maybe not. Why is the scroll bar on the left? Okay, all the blur that is left is my monitor. So interesting, the benchmark showed probably, I don't even know the numbers, but anyway, the last one I did with VSync on, so that was just the first test if the game runs at all, was 144. And I just looking over this landscape, that's, well, just a little bit more than half. So there is potential for some tweaking and tuning. That's good, because I feared that this will be just as boring, in air quotes, as Doom or Titanfall, which just run. I have a fist. And that's it. And now I have a gold bar. So I wasn't paying any attention to what I'm supposed to do. I'm here to shoot things.
A fallen tree bars your path. What you gonna do about it, huh?
I cast Identify Tree.
It's a species called Jumpus tutorialis, and weirdly, it only grows in this one valley.
Interesting. That's a nice way of introducing the movement tutorial.
You can just jump, like any time.
Yeah,
Not gonna make you roll for it.
I know. Let me comment on the reflections. It's not screen space. They don't disappear. And it's certainly not ray tracing, I'm pretty sure of that. So those must be cube maps. For what it is, this game looks good. Oh, there was a hitch.
Ahead, the glint of edge steel beckons you forward. Some hot lumberjane has left her axe in a stump.
Ooh, lumberjane. But looks like we just witnessed one of the issues of Unreal Engine games.
Nice piece of steel, that.
So I'm pretty this is an Unreal Engine game.
Great for
I'm
cleaving,
pretty sure.
hacking, even a good old-fashioned chop.
Because the
A
old...
cave mouse sits covered
Shut
over
up.
nearby. If only you could get in.
The old Borderlands games were based on Unreal Engine, so I assume this is Unreal Engine 4.
Though the magical hoofprints continue through the cave, the rocky ceiling dips low to the ground. Bodacious bosom of the valley. But beyond it,
Audacious
a
bosom.
dark and ancient castle lurks. Lurkingly.
The Dragon Lord is here. He'll be in that castle.
It lurks lurkingly. Oh, that's the first time we have a little bit of geometry in the scene. To make it a tiny bit interesting. Play with this. Oh, there's an update in the background. Huh? Right. Well, I don't want to give that up. Oh, sure. For science. It gave a lot of FPS. How much quality did we have to give up? I'm looking at the distance. The trees change a little bit, but that's barely noticeable. At the level of detail as well, look here. That changes just a tiny bit. Over here in the castle. That's a level of detail. I assume that's draw distance. Yeah. That's a very nice menu. Although the stuff on the left is covering a lot, you can still see some effects. And this explanation on the right, I mean, that's just in the way, see, honestly. That's just not really helping. But it's better than the recent games I've tested. So that's about 10 FPS. Clutter doesn't do much in performance. Also doesn't do much visually. This wall changes a little bit. But it's just so minor. We have to run detail. Yeah, that's... Oh, that's the change back here. Foliage. It's not really noticeable in this shot. Where is it? Oh, well. No, if you look down here. The foliage is one of the things I do not like to give up. So if the hardware is fast enough, I like to keep it. But we'll see. A volumetric fog. We don't have much here. And it is screen space. Well, interesting. Okay. So I was wrong. Material quality. Oh, not seeing anything here. Yeah, that's one option. If you have the VRAM, so your graphics card has enough of memory, I would always keep that on ultra, because that has probably one of the biggest effects on visual fidelity. Yeah, out on the castle in the background. So that's streaming distance essentially. But it doesn't look like the quality itself changes. Okay, oh, and shadows we can still play around with. It tries to mimic a little bit of a cascade. The further the shadow is away from the object, the softer it gets. I think this looks better. So going from high to medium, you can see it here. Seems to remove something, yeah, I'd like to call ambient shadowing. So it's a little bit of self-shadowing. Could be, what's it called, ambient occlusion? Not necessarily, but goes in this direction. At least that's what it looks like here. So doesn't really change the distance. It changes the near field, and on low, the quality isn't that bad. It just changes how far. Oh, nope. How far we have details. So I think high is actually pretty okay. So let's enable the preset. And continue. Still don't have magic. Oh, did you see the shadow popping in?
You will never reach the dark
Give a short work.
I'm a talking stick. It's something from out here.
This gun is so slow.
Dedicate my body to science.
Hey.
Oh, I'll make a nice payday out of you.
Holy crap, they might reach the Dark Master.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting you. Still a bit too fast for me.
Gotta book it.
Yeah, whatever he's talking about. There's a loot chest up on that tower. Get them loots.
Get them loots!
Ridula, faithful servant of the Dragon Lord. Tell me where his tomb is, or I'll make you a skeleton too.
I don't know! I swear it on the Queen's diamond tail!
Lies! You are soaked in skeletons.
Ah,
Spread out, my undead hordes! We must find the master.
just looking at the wall I noticed we're above 200 FPS. Just casually. Can you imagine what a real high-end video card would do? The only thing that is currently missing from the 9000 series from AMD on Linux is FSR4. There may be some hacks, but I don't want to play around with hacks.
Ooh, you found a ward. That's like a magical shield above your health. Pretty sweet.
Okay, typical Borderlands stuff. And so if there are any games that require upscaling and they support FSR4, I'll probably play them on Windows.
A rock slide bars your way to the village.
We're ruined! All
very heroic. Tina, can we blow up the rocks?
Sorry, it's impossible. Without explosives!
Victory!
How
I never
convenient.
lost hope.
Ahead, you hear the roar of raging fire and the clackety-clackety of bones!
We're here to save the village.
I'd like a better gun, please.
Ooh, the village is already ransacked, crawling with skilly men.
We're here to avenge the village.
So I am noticing, yeah, shadow popping. That's a little bit distracting. How do you still move without a head?
I'm getting a hang of this killing business.
Did I just shoot this guy's arm off? Stop. Didn't work on this one. Oh, here. That's funny. Oh wait. Oh, am I allowed to say that I defeated that one? Or if you shoot the arms off, you disarm them?
Just makes you a easier target.
Well, that. No, I'm from Germany, but I heard people shoot like that and call it Canadian aim. So I'm not from Canada.
Come on,
Apparently, I aim like one.
you're a powerful wizard who has seen 20 sides of the world. You floated like a leaf upon the whistled winds. You spoke the...
Why do they always have to talk when I'm annoyed by the controls? Man.
vanishing words at Hawkins Pass. Just because you're tired of this anonymous village doesn't mean you've lost your magic. If you can just master this iceberg, maybe the rest will come back to you.
But it's also the gun. You really have to aim low.
An extra powerful skeleton arises! A badass!
How?
Hope you're carrying coin. Don't kill children.
Hey.
A single villager remains alive in the carnage.
Just leveled up. Yeah, sure.
Although bad baby feels like she's about to die.
Might as well save her peasant ass.
Please. Oh, yeah. That's fun. Sorry, lady. Got business to attend to. Called loot. And exploration. To find more loot. Just had a scene where I noticed the frame rates dip. Well, not dip, that's just the performance. But it's still above 100. Okay. No. Options. Let's go medium. Wait, that immediately got blurry. Became blurry. That's still off. Why? Why? Oh, FXAA? Oh, no, no, please, no. No. What else do we have? Not? No, it's even worse. Resolution scale? No resolution? Okay. Okay, lady. Peasant ass peasant.
Thank you for saving my peasant ass, stranger. How can I ever repay you?
And that's a peasant
Free
ass.
of charge. I'm looking for the Dragon Lord.
You're a fate maker. I knew the queen would send us a hero. The two.
Look at the frame time graph. That's funny.
You must hurry before his minions find it.
The tomb is inside a crypt. The perfect hiding place.
May the queen's favor see your noble quest through.
Yeah, sure.
My peasant
Not that's
ass
where
is
we came from.
killing me.
Well, I can try to, comfort your peasant ass. No. Inappropriate. But it's a stupid, silly game.
The ruins of Castle Harrowfast are just out yonder. Which is fantasy for saying. It's over there, baby.
I sense the Dragon Lord's presence. His tomb is somewhere beneath these ruins. Find him, fellow skeletons!
Wait. I thought we already beat the Dragon Lord.
That was forever ago. He's a necromancer. It's hard to legit kill him to death. After you guys went bony toe to toe, Queen Butt Stallion locked his butt away in a dusty tomb for a few hundred years.
Oof, he's gonna be a cranky boy.
Man, the projectiles are very slow. Crap it, sniper. Ow. Stop it.
Fought like rubbish. Died nicely.
Did I get this guy? No. Yes. The way the guns control and play, this is so unlike Doom and Titanfall 2, which I tested just recently. Do I have to? Oh, long hold for a second. Okay.
Castle Harrowfast is a crumbly-tumbly ruin. No one is left to walk these halls. No one living, anyway.
So, skeletons.
Oh, yes, girl. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Let's try the last setting that we have. Oh, no, there's very... Oh, we even have very low. All right. No, I'm not doing it. No, not doing that. And it doesn't look like there's an engine cap. What is there? Nope. Just goes as fast as the computer goes. As I suspected, the texture quality doesn't really change up close. Just really the distant textures. Sorry. Yeah, but I think this is a good place to conclude this video. Well, maybe I'll append some Windows footage. Just for comparison, I will plant my butt right here. Then we'll go to them through the settings. Just check out the frame rate. So it's 290 on very low. What? Confusing. On low we have 260. Roundabout. Yeah, 266. Medium. Another 50 FPS drop. But I think that does a lot for the image. And probably my preferred way would be high. Which also changes the resolution of the UI. That's very curious. Yeah, but now that's a big drop, but also a big boost to visual fidelity. And lastly, we have Ultra. I noticed there was a lot of change right where the crosshair is. No, it's just because of the flickering. Okay. So I would probably use Ultra. Definitely 16. Shadows highs, I'm fine with that. Draw distance. Ambient occlusion. Oh, there's a separate setting, okay. Can we see that here? Oh, yeah, if you look very close, this fence. That changes a little bit. It's very subtle. Yeah, so I think high is fine. So it's a combination of high and a few ultras just for textures and this, let's call it superficial stuff. And texture filtering, maybe we can show that here. No, it doesn't even have that big of an effect. Well, it does. That's 2. That's 4. It's getting a little sharper. And the higher the number, the sharper the textures are in the distance. And since anisotropic filtering is usually basically free, almost free, but essentially, on modern cards, I just turn it up 8 or 16. Yeah, that's how I would play. Oh, and of course, where is it? VSync on. Oh, we still have... I always forget that. Let's see. Oh, speaking of 60 FPS cap, I noticed that the cutscenes, the real-time cutscenes, were also 60 FPS. It's better than 30, that's for sure. Oh yeah. 60 is fine. But when you come from over 100, that's a stark contrast, but it looks good. I mean, if there are any dips, maybe it's the recording, but just moving around, rotating the camera. There's a little bit of an odd effect. And I walk, but other than that, it's okay. Sweet 100 FPS goodness. Nice. Yeah, locked 120. Great. Anyway, that's it for the Linux part. Maybe I'll add a Windows part. Thank you for watching, and bye.